Hey guys, it's Derek here. So, this might be the beginning of the end of figure collecting. Now, what do I mean by that? Don't want to scare anyone too much, but with the new tariffs that Mr. Donald J. Trump, the 47th president of the United States, has just put in, it's going to start affecting a whole bunch of figure collectors in more ways than just one. Now, if you are a Canadian collector, for example, don't worry, nothing's really going to change or happen to you. We are perfectly fine, scot-free. Nothing really happened today with the new tariff drop. As long as you're not buying anything from an American retailer, essentially, you'll be fine. So just kind of avoid like your Sideshow Collectibles, your Good Smile US, Big Bad Toy Store, sites like that, and then you'll be fine. Nothing will really change for you. But for my American viewers, this is kind of where things get a little bit muddy, and I want to clear the air a little bit so you will understand what's going to happen. At the end of the day, tariffs are mainly used as a tactic to kind of wage war without having actually to wage war. It's like a bargaining chip. In this sense, unfortunately, the United States is basically trying to bully other countries into doing things more in their favor. The main losers when it comes to things like tariff wars ends up being the consumer themselves, or the American citizen in this case, especially if you are trying to buy anime figure goods or anything of the like from a whole bunch of these different countries. I'll leave it all listed in the description so you guys can go find out if you're affected, but the major ones that you might want to look out for are imports from China and, of course, Japan. China has a new 34% tariff increase on basically anything that enters the country to the US. So if you're buying anything off of sites like Taobao or AliExpress, kind of expect to be taxed more. Regardless of what you're buying, it's just going to be one of those things. It could be clear files, it could be an exclusive Apex figure, for example. All of those are going to go up in price, unfortunately. Now, if you are buying Japanese, though, that's where it's going to affect you guys the most, because basically everything that we buy as a community is from Japan. May not be directly made in Japan. Most are kind of made in China, but they're both on the list, so you got to get hit anyways. The new increase is going to be 24% for Japanese imports, which is really going to suck, because that's basically a quarter of your figure price. Anything that you'll be buying will be jacked up an extra 24%. And don't think that just buying locally is going to help, because at some point, the distributor is going to actually have to eat that cost. Whoever imports the product into the country, the States, is going to eat that 24%. And if I've learned anything about business, the business owner is going to pass that on to the next person. And at the end, it's going to come back to all the consumers. Even if you're buying from stores like GameStop, Kodo US, or Good Smile US, even Tom, I believe, is going to be affected by this, the American warehouse. They're all going to get hit at some point. If the product is already currently in the US and you buy it, you'll be perfectly fine. Things that will be affected the most will be pre-orders and anything that's currently in stock and you're trying to import it in. Now, the long-term repercussions, I think, are actually going to be much more detrimental than any one of us might think. Because my headcanon is, well, if I'm a Japanese manufacturer and out of nowhere these tariffs come, it shouldn't really affect the manufacturer too much, you would think. However, if a whole bunch of pre-orders get canceled or the amount of demand goes down because no one wants to pay that much money, well, then there'll be less pre-orders coming in. I will have to produce less. I will make less money. And in the long term, I may choose not to put out as many figures, because the American market is actually one of the biggest consumer markets when it comes to anime figure goods. You guys are massive. Most of my fan base is from these states, actually, so thank you for that. And that's one of the things I think long-term I'd be a little bit worried about. First off, if supply goes down for anime figures, we might start getting into the similar problem that a lot of other hobbies are kind of going into as well. And number two, you've already kind of seen it already with some Japanese manufacturers. They're making a lot of the prices of their figures go up. Now, if I can't produce as many, or if not many people want to buy the same thing, but I want to protect my bottom line and my margins, then I might be inclined to actually jack up the price even more. So this is kind of where I'm starting to think this might be the beginning of the end. Don't want to freak you guys out too much, but I think this is one of those things where it's not so bad to just take a step back, relax a little bit. Basically, every single hobby is going to be affected by this. So yeah, there's not too much you can kind of get around this. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. How much will this affect you guys? And of course, make sure to give it a like. I'll try to keep these news videos and everything else regarding this subject most up to date as possible. But as of, what day is it today again? April 3rd, this is the most current up to date news. I don't know when this video is going to come out, but if you guys see it, that's basically what it is. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. And want to give an extra special shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this. If you guys want to support the channel in the exact same way as well, I'll leave it all linked in the description. You guys can get exclusive things like some emojis, loyalty badges, things like this early access, and my eternal gratitude. So yeah, thanks again.